Welcome to the Shadows, a journey through America's most haunted murder houses. Hello, and welcome back to your channel name, where we delve into the darkest corners of history, exploring the eerie tales that linger in the shadows of our world. I'm your host, your name, and tonight, we're embarking on a chilling journey through some of the most haunted murder houses in the United States. These aren't just old homes with creaky floors or flickering lights. These are places steeped in tragedy, soaked in blood, and forever haunted by the restless spirits of those who met their untimely ends within their walls. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss any of our spine-tingling stories. And for those of you who've been with us from the start, thank you for joining me once again as we uncover the secrets that lie hidden in the shadows of these cursed dwellings. There's something uniquely haunting about a murder house, a place where violence shattered lives and left an indelible mark on the fabric of reality itself. These homes are more than just physical structures, they are vessels of trauma, where the past refuses to stay buried. From axe murders to poisonings, from vengeful ghosts to poltergeist activity, each of these locations has its own dark story to tell. Tonight, we'll explore not only the grisly events that took place but also the lingering paranormal phenomena reported by those brave, or foolish, enough to step foot inside. So grab your favorite blanket, dim the lights, and prepare to confront the unknown. Whether you're a skeptic or a believer, one thing is certain: the stories we're about to share will leave you questioning what lies beyond the veil. Let's begin our descent into the macabre, starting with one of the most infamous murder houses in American history, the Amityville Horror House. Before we dive deeper, let me remind you that this video is not just about fear, it's about understanding the weight of history and the mysteries that continue to haunt us. If you're ready to face the darkness, keep watching. But beware, once you hear these stories, there's no turning back. And now, let's turn the page and step into the nightmare that is 112 Ocean Avenue, Amityville, New York. The Amityville Horror, a legacy of fear in the quiet suburban landscape of Amityville, Long Island, stands a house that has become synonymous with terror and the supernatural, the infamous 112 Ocean Avenue. Originally constructed in 1924, this Dutch colonial-style home would later transform from a picture of serene domesticity into a symbol of horror following the harrowing events that unfolded within its walls. The tragic tale began in November 1974, when Ronald DeFeo Jr., then aged 23, committed one of the most brutal mass murders in American history. In the dead of night, DeFeo shot and killed 6 members of his family, his parents and 4 younger siblings, while they slept. The motive behind this massacre remained shrouded in mystery, adding a layer of enigma and dread to the already chilling narrative. Convicted and sentenced to life in prison, DeFeo's claims of hearing voices compelling him to commit the murders only deepened the unsettling aura surrounding the case. 13 months later, the Lutz family moved into the house, unaware of the sinister legacy it carried. George and Kathy Lutz, along with their 3 children, resided in the home for just 28 days before fleeing in terror. They reported a series of terrifying paranormal activities, unexplained cold spots, foul odors, and malevolent entities that seemed to manifest throughout the house. The Lutzes claimed to have witnessed floating objects, heard disembodied voices, and even saw apparitions, culminating in their abrupt departure and subsequent public recounting of their ordeal. These haunting experiences captured the public's imagination and were immortalized in Jay Anson's 1977 book, The Amityville Horror, which was later adapted into several films. However, skeptics have long debated the authenticity of the Lutz's claims, with some suggesting that the story was exaggerated or fabricated for financial gain. Despite this, the enduring fascination with the Amityville house persists, drawing curious visitors and paranormal investigators alike. Today, 112 Ocean Avenue stands as a testament to the intersection of real-life horror and the supernatural. Its walls, once a sanctuary for familial warmth, now echo with the cries of its victims and the whispers of the unknown. As we delve deeper into the annals of haunted murder houses, the Amityville Horror serves as a grim reminder of how the echoes of violence can reverberate through time, leaving an indelible mark on those who dare to listen. The Villisca Axe Murder House, echoes of violence and vengeance nestled in the small town of Villisca, Iowa, the unassuming white house at 508 East 2nd Street harbors a gruesome secret that has intrigued and terrified generations. On the fateful night of June 10, 1912, 8 innocent lives were brutally extinguished within these walls, marking one of the most heinous crimes in American history. The victims included Josiah Moore, his wife Sarah, their 4 children, and 2 young houseguests. Each was mercilessly bludgeoned to death with an axe while they slept, a crime so shocking that it sent ripples of fear across the nation. The identity of the perpetrator remains a mystery to this day, shrouded in speculation and countless theories. Some suggest a local drifter seeking revenge, others point fingers at a disgruntled business associate, and a few even whisper about satanic rituals. Despite numerous investigations and trials, the true killer was never brought to justice, leaving the case unsolved and the souls of the victims restless. This unresolved tragedy has given rise to numerous reports of paranormal activity within the house. Visitors and overnight guests have recounted chilling encounters with ghostly figures, disembodied voices, and inexplicable noises. Shadowy figures have been seen wandering the halls, particularly near the bedrooms where the murders occurred. The sound of footsteps echoing on the wooden floors and the distant, haunting wails of unseen children add to the house's eerie atmosphere. Objects reportedly move on their own, and an oppressive sense of dread often overwhelms those who dare to spend the night. The Villisca Axe Murder House has become a popular destination for paranormal investigators and thrill-seekers drawn to its dark allure. It offers overnight stays for those brave enough to confront the spirits believed to linger within. The house's reputation as a hotspot for supernatural occurrences has only grown over the years, fueled by countless testimonies of eerie happenings and unexplainable phenomena. As the sun sets over the quaint streets of Villisca, the house casts long shadows, hinting at the darkness that dwells within. For those who venture inside, the past seems alive, with the spirits of the murdered family possibly still seeking justice or vengeance. The Villisca Axe Murder House stands as a stark reminder of the thin veil between the living and the dead, where the echoes of a century-old crime continue to resonate through the corridors of time. The Myrtles Plantation, whispers of the past. Deep in the heart of St. Francisville, Louisiana, stands the Myrtles Plantation, a grand antebellum mansion that exudes southern charm and elegance. Yet beneath its picturesque facade lies a history drenched in bloodshed and sorrow, making it one of the most haunted locations in the United States. The plantation's dark past is intertwined with tales of murder, betrayal, and unrelenting spirits that refuse to find peace. The saga of Myrtles Plantation begins with its construction in 1796 by General David Bradford, a prominent figure during the Whiskey Rebellion. Over the years, the plantation changed hands multiple times, each owner contributing to its rich tapestry of history. However, it is the tragic events involving Chloe, a slave girl, that have cemented its status as a haunted site. Legend has it that Chloe, accused of eavesdropping on the family, had her ear cut off as punishment by the plantation mistress. Consumed by bitterness and a desire for revenge, Chloe allegedly poisoned a cake intended for the mistress's daughters. The plot failed, but Chloe was later hanged by other slaves, adding another layer of tragedy to the plantation's lore. The spectral presence of Chloe is just one of many reported hauntings at Myrtles. Guests have recounted seeing her ghostly figure roaming the grounds, clad in a green turban, her severed ear a silent testament to her suffering. Other apparitions include a woman in a blue dress, believed to be one of the former mistresses, and the ghost of a Union soldier who died on the property during the Civil War. The sound of children laughing and playing is frequently heard, though no children reside in the house today. These ethereal encounters have made Myrtles a magnet for paranormal enthusiasts and investigators eager to capture evidence of the supernatural. Adding to its mystique, Myrtles Plantation operates as a bed and breakfast, inviting the brave and the curious to spend the night in its historic rooms. The allure of experiencing firsthand the eerie ambience and potential ghostly interactions draws visitors from around the globe. Whether it's the gentle touch of an unseen hand or the chilling sight of shadowy figures, those who dare to stay overnight often leave with unforgettable stories etched in their memories. The Myrtles Plantation stands as a poignant reminder of the complex and often painful history of the American South. Its beauty masks a turbulent past, where the echoes of pain and loss continue to reverberate through its halls. As we delve deeper into the realm of haunted murder houses, the Myrtle serves as a powerful testament to the enduring impact of historical tragedies and the spirits that linger, unable to let go of their earthly ties. The LaLaurie Mansion, a glimpse into New Orleans' darkest history in the heart of the French Quarter. Amidst the vibrant streets of New Orleans stands the infamous LaLaurie Mansion, a structure whose grandeur belies the horrors concealed within its walls. Constructed in 1832 by Dr. Louis LaLaurie and his wife, Delphine LaLaurie, the mansion quickly became a symbol of wealth and social prominence. However, beneath its opulent facade lay a chamber of unspeakable atrocities that would eventually unveil the darkest aspects of human cruelty. The LaLaurie family was well respected in New Orleans society, known for their lavish parties and esteemed gatherings. Yet, rumors of mistreatment towards their slaves began to circulate, whispered among the servants and slaves of the quarter. These murmurs reached a crescendo on April 10, 1834, when a fire broke out in the mansion. Firefighters responding to the blaze discovered a horrifying scene in the attic, a makeshift dungeon where slaves were subjected to grotesque tortures. Chained to the walls, mutilated beyond recognition, these victims bore witness to the sadistic tendencies of Madame LaLaurie. The revelation of such barbaric acts shocked the community, leading to a mob forming outside the mansion, demanding justice. Delphine LaLaurie, however, managed to escape, fleeing the city and disappearing into obscurity. Her fate remains a mystery to this day, adding a layer of intrigue and speculation to the mansion's haunted legacy. Since the exposure of these atrocities, the LaLaurie Mansion has been plagued by accounts of paranormal activity. Those brave enough to enter report chilling encounters with the tormented spirits of the tortured slaves. Apparitions of maimed figures roam the halls, their anguished cries echoing through the empty rooms. Cold spots and sudden drops in temperature are common, creating an eerie atmosphere that permeates the very essence of the mansion. Doors slammed shut without cause, and the sound of chains dragging across the floor sends shivers down the spines of visitors. The mansion's sinister reputation has attracted numerous paranormal investigators, each hoping to document the supernatural occurrences that abound within its walls. Their findings often include EVP recordings capturing desperate pleas and agonized screams, believed to be from the victims seeking release from their eternal torment. The intense energy and palpable sense of dread experienced by many have solidified the LaLaurie Mansion's status as one of the most haunted sites in the United States. Today, the LaLaurie Mansion stands as a solemn reminder of the brutal history of slavery and the depths of human depravity. Its haunted halls continue to draw those fascinated by the macabre, offering a glimpse into a past marred by suffering and injustice. As we continue our exploration of haunted murder houses, the LaLaurie Mansion serves as a stark testament to the enduring scars left by such horrific events, where the spirits of the wronged refuse to be silenced. The Black Dahlia Case, a Hollywood mystery etched in blood in the glittering yet dark underbelly of 1940s Los Angeles. The brutal murder of Elizabeth Short, infamously known as the Black Dahlia, cast a long shadow over the city of dreams. Found on January 15, 1947, in a vacant lot in Leimert Park, her body was gruesomely severed at the waist, a chilling tableau that horrified the nation and sparked one of the most notorious unsolved cases in American history. The savagery of the crime, coupled with the mysterious circumstances surrounding it, has kept the legend of the Black Dahlia alive, fueling endless speculation and haunting the collective psyche of Hollywood. Elizabeth Short's tragic end was not confined to the physical realm. Her spirit, some say, lingers in the places she frequented during her brief life. Among these, the Biltmore Hotel stands out as a focal point of paranormal activity linked to the Black Dahlia. Known for its opulence and star-studded history, the hotel was one of the last places Elizabeth was seen alive. Staff and guests have reported eerie occurrences, shadowy figures resembling a young woman in 1940s attire, faint whispers echoing through the halls, and the unmistakable scent of gardenias, a flower Elizabeth was known to wear. These manifestations contribute to the hotel's reputation as a site of supernatural significance, drawing curiosity seekers and paranormal investigators alike. The allure of the Black Dahlia extends beyond the confines of the Biltmore. Various locations across Los Angeles associated with Elizabeth's life and death have become hotspots for those interested in the paranormal. The vacant lot where her body was discovered, though now transformed into a residential street, continues to attract visitors who claim to feel an overwhelming sense of sadness and foreboding. Others speak of seeing a ghostly figure wandering near the spot, a spectral reminder of the young woman whose life was cruelly taken. The enduring fascination with the Black Dahlia case is not merely about solving a cold case. It taps into a deeper cultural intrigue about fame, beauty, and the dark side of Hollywood. The murder has inspired countless books, films, and documentaries, each attempting to unravel the mystery or offer a new theory. Yet, despite the passage of time and the myriad of speculations, the truth remains elusive, shrouded in the same secrecy that cloaked Elizabeth Short's final days. As we delve deeper into the haunted landscapes of America, the story of the Black Dahlia serves as a poignant reminder of how violence leaves an indelible mark, not only on the physical locations associated with it but also on the cultural and spiritual fabric of society. The ghost of Elizabeth Short, whether real or imagined, continues to haunt the dreams and nightmares of those who dare to remember her name. The slaughterhouse, where death lingers in the shadows tucked away in the desolate outskirts of Chicago, the remnants of H. Holmes' infamous Murder Castle, stand as a grim testament to one of the most chilling chapters in American criminal history. Built in 1893, this sprawling, multi-story structure was no ordinary building. It was a labyrinthine death trap meticulously designed by Herman Webster Mudgett, better known by his alias, Dr. H. Holmes. Operating during the height of the World's Columbian Exposition, Holmes capitalized on the influx of visitors to Chicago, preying on unsuspecting travelers and transforming his hotel into a factory of fear and death. Holmes' castle was far from ordinary. Behind its deceivingly charming facade lay a network of soundproof rooms, gas chambers, and hidden passages, all crafted to facilitate his sinister agenda. Basements housed crematoriums, dissection tables, and acid vats, while upper floors featured rooms rigged with traps, including airtight chambers that could suffocate victims at the pull of a lever. Holmes admitted to killing at least 27 people, though estimates suggest the number may have exceeded 200. His victims ranged from employees and lovers to random guests, all lured into his web of deceit and manipulation. Though the original structure burned to the ground shortly after Holmes' arrest in 1894, the land where the Murder Castle once stood remains a locus of paranormal activity. Visitors and urban explorers who have ventured near the site recount eerie sensations, cold drafts that seem to emanate from nowhere, disembodied whispers echoing through empty fields, and fleeting glimpses of shadowy figures darting between ruins. Many believe that the spirits of Holmes' victims remain trapped within the earth itself, unable to escape the horrors they endured. Paranormal investigators have flocked to the area, drawn by both its dark history and the persistent claims of supernatural phenomena. Equipment readings often show unexplained spikes in electromagnetic activity, while audio recordings capture faint cries and moans, reminiscent of the anguish suffered within those blood-soaked walls. One investigator described feeling an overwhelming sense of dread upon stepping onto the property, as if an invisible force pressed against them, urging retreat. Another group reported seeing a translucent figure standing near the foundation's remains, its features distorted as though consumed by unimaginable pain. The legacy of H. Holmes' Murder Castle transcends its physical destruction. It has become a symbol of human depravity and the fragility of trust, haunting not only the land but also the collective consciousness of those who learn its story. While the exact number of victims may never be known, their collective voices seem to echo through time, refusing to be silenced. For those who dare to visit the site, the air feels heavy with sorrow, and the silence speaks volumes about the atrocities committed there. As we reflect on Holmes' reign of terror, it becomes clear that the Murder Castle is not merely a relic of the past. It is a place where death itself lingers, inscribed into every fragment of rubble and blade of overgrown grass. Its spectral energy serves as a stark reminder of humanity's capacity for cruelty and the lasting scars left behind by such acts. The slaughterhouse that was Holmes' domain exists not just in memory but in the haunted spaces where his victims' spirits may still wander, forever bound to the place where they met their tragic ends. Skepticism and science. unveiling the truth behind haunted murder houses. While the tales of haunted murder houses captivate imaginations and chill spines, they also invite scrutiny from skeptics and scientists alike. The question of whether these stories stem from genuine supernatural phenomena or are merely products of psychological suggestion and environmental factors remains a contentious debate. To unravel this mystery, we must delve into both scientific explanations and skeptical perspectives, examining the evidence with a critical eye. Point 1. Prevailing scientific theory explaining perceived paranormal activity involves infrasound, low-frequency sound waves below the threshold of human hearing. These vibrations can induce feelings of unease, anxiety, and even hallucinations in susceptible individuals. Studies conducted in allegedly haunted locations, such as the Myrtles Plantation, have detected elevated levels of infrasound, suggesting that these frequencies might account for the eerie sensations reported by visitors. Similarly, electromagnetic fields, EMFs, generated by faulty wiring or nearby power lines can trigger similar effects, causing headaches, dizziness, and visual distortions that some interpret as ghostly encounters. Psychological factors also play a significant role in shaping perceptions of hauntings. The power of suggestion, combined with the human brain's tendency to seek patterns, can lead individuals to misinterpret ordinary occurrences as supernatural. For instance, the phenomenon known as pareidolia, the inclination to perceive meaningful images or sounds in random stimuli, can explain sightings of ghostly figures or hearing disembodied voices. Moreover, the emotional weight of visiting a site associated with violent death can amplify these misperceptions, as grief and fear heighten sensory awareness and lower thresholds for perceiving anomalies. Skeptics argue that many supposed hauntings lack verifiable evidence and rely heavily on anecdotal accounts prone to embellishment over time. They point to instances where alleged paranormal activity ceased after mundane causes, such as plumbing issues or structural repairs, were addressed. For example, at the Amityville horror house, subsequent investigations revealed discrepancies in the Lutz family's claims, casting doubt on the authenticity of their experiences. Critics contend that financial incentives, media sensationalism, and the allure of fame often drive individuals to fabricate or exaggerate supernatural encounters. Despite these arguments, proponents of paranormal research counter with evidence gathered through advanced technologies and rigorous methodologies. Thermal imaging cameras, digital voice recorders, and motion detectors have captured phenomena defying conventional explanation. Documented cases of electronic voice phenomena, EVP, where voices seemingly respond to direct questions posed by investigators, challenge purely psychological interpretations. Additionally, controlled experiments using double-blind protocols have occasionally yielded results supporting the existence of residual energy or intelligent hauntings. The debate over haunted murder houses thus hinges on balancing empirical data with subjective experience. While science provides plausible explanations rooted in physics and psychology, it cannot yet fully dismiss the possibility of unexplained phenomena. Skeptics demand reproducible evidence, whereas believers emphasize the limitations of current scientific tools in measuring dimensions beyond our immediate perception. Ultimately, the truth about haunted murder houses likely resides somewhere between fact and folklore, requiring ongoing investigation and open-minded inquiry. By acknowledging both sides of the argument, we honor the complexity of these enigmatic locations and the enduring human fascination with the boundary between life and death. The enduring allure of haunted murder houses. Haunted murder houses hold a unique and gripping place in the American psyche, weaving together elements of history, tragedy, and the supernatural. These storied locations transcend mere architectural structures. They are vessels of collective memory, repositories of societal fears, and mirrors reflecting humanity's darker inclinations. The fascination with these houses stems not only from their grisly past but also from the way they encapsulate broader themes that resonate deeply within our culture. At their core, haunted murder houses tap into humanity's age-old obsession with death and the unknown. They serve as tangible reminders of mortality, confronting us with the inevitability of our own demise while simultaneously tantalizing us with the possibility of life beyond the grave. This duality, fear and curiosity, is a driving force behind their enduring appeal. Whether it's the shadowy figure glimpsed in the corner of a room at the Myrtles plantation or the disembodied whispers echoing through the halls of the Villisca axe murder house, these phenomena ignite primal instincts, compelling us to seek answers to questions that have haunted mankind for centuries. What happens after we die? Do spirits truly linger among us? Moreover, these houses act as microcosms of larger societal anxieties. In the case of the Lalaurie mansion, for instance, the horrors perpetrated within its walls expose the brutal realities of slavery and systemic oppression. The spirits said to haunt the mansion are not just individual victims, but symbols of a painful history that continues to shape modern discourse on race and justice. Similarly, H. Holmes' Murder Castle embodies the dangers of unchecked ambition and the darker aspects of industrialization, reminding us how progress can sometimes come at a terrible cost. By revisiting these sites, we engage in a form of cultural reckoning, grappling with the legacies of violence and injustice that continue to reverberate through time. The popularity of haunted murder houses also reflects a broader trend in contemporary storytelling, the blending of fact and fiction. True crime podcasts, television series, and films have surged in popularity, capitalizing on audiences' appetite for real-life horror. These narratives often blur the lines between documented events and speculative embellishments, creating an immersive experience that allows viewers to step into the shoes of both victim and observer. This dynamic is particularly potent in haunted murder houses, where the physical setting serves as both backdrop and protagonist, imbuing each creaking floorboard and flickering light with layers of meaning. Furthermore, these locations provide fertile ground for exploring themes of morality and redemption. The tragic fates of those who died violently within these walls prompt reflection on the nature of justice and forgiveness. Are the spirits trapped there seeking vengeance, or do they yearn for absolution? Such questions resonate universally, inviting us to consider not only the fates of the departed but also our own ethical compasses. The unresolved nature of many of these hauntings, whether due to missing evidence, unsolved crimes, or lingering mysteries, adds to their allure, leaving space for interpretation and personal connection. Ultimately, haunted murder houses endure because they offer more than just scares. They provide a window into the human condition. They remind us of our capacity for both great evil and profound empathy, challenging us to confront uncomfortable truths about ourselves and our society. As long as people seek to understand the mysteries of life and death, these haunted dwellings will continue to captivate, terrify, and inspire. Thank you for joining me on this chilling journey through some of America's most haunted murder houses. If you enjoyed this exploration into the macabre, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to your channel name for more spine-tingling stories. Until next time, keep your wits about you, and remember, sometimes the past isn't content to stay buried. Good night, and sweet dreams, if you dare.